Councilmember Stewart and the committee for convening this important hearing on issues vital to our city and our country and launching Immigrant Heritage Week. I'm Rabbi Feinberg, and I serve as Executive Director of the Greater New York Labor Religion Coalition, an interfaith worker rights and economic justice advocacy organization in New York City. I'm here this morning representing more than 600 clergy and congregations in all 5 boroughs and drawing from many diverse faith traditions: Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, and others that make up our network. I'm also representing the New Sanctuary Movement, a local interfaith effort that is part of the growing national movement of religious communities standing with immigrant families facing deportation and family separation, and offering them support and safe haven. I join this panel to testify to the profound stake the religious community has in the issue of immigration and in immigrant rights. This stake is twofold, born both of pragmatism and religious principles. Firstly, in many of our faith communities, immigrants, both newcomers and first generation, are disproportionately represented in our own congregations. In the most real sense, immigrants are our flock, the people in the pews, who attend religious services and find a primary sense of community in their churches, mosques, synagogues, and temples. These immigrants form an essential part of the spiritual vitality of our communities. I would add that many congregations, dying congregations, have been entirely renewed by the energy and commitment of immigrants and immigrant faith. It is precisely to these institutions and to their religious leaders that many immigrants turn for pastoral counseling and as a point of first entry into a myriad of social service referrals and supports from legal help, English language instruction, and assistance accessing city services. So then, as religious leaders, our standing with immigrants and acting as allies and advocates for them comes as a practical expression of our pastoral and congregational responsibilities. But just as importantly, we come to this issue as allies to immigrants and their communities out of our faith commitments themselves, the central place that social justice generally and the ethical treatment of immigrants specifically hold in our religious texts and traditions. In my own tradition, Judaism, the protection of and empathy with immigrants form a core theme in the Hebrew Bible and in later rabbinic teachings. We are taught that because we, through our ancient Israelite ancestors, were strangers in the land of Egypt, we should know the heart of the stranger and love and respect the stranger. In this season, the prelude to Passover, a festival celebrating liberation and freedom, it seems particularly fitting to be addressing this issue. From our own history as Jewish immigrants, exiles, and refugees, it is an issue that resonates deeply and calls us to action. Just once, the Hebrew Bible commands us to love your neighbor, but more than 50 times the commandment to love the stranger is repeated and given ethical emphasis. In today's terms, the Bible's strangers or resident aliens are the immigrant workers and their families, living, working, and struggling in our neighborhoods and communities, often facing xenophobia, racism, harassment, and economic exploitation for simply doing so. From each of our faith traditions comes the clear prophetic mandate to stand with immigrants, to reach out to them, partner with them, and to offer them our hospitality, support, compassion, and most importantly, our solidarity. As faith leaders and faith communities, we fully embrace immigrants and immigrant rights and work toward the full expression of these values in a fair and just immigration policy, both locally and nationally. Thank you very much.